Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make fried peach cobbler. Let's get started. Here is the flour, baking powder, sugar, salt, butter, and buttermilk. So first I'm going to add my baking powder, sugar, and salt. Mix that up. Into the pool goes my softened butter. And I'm just going to take my hands, the best tools you have, and I'm going to work that butter into the flour until it resembles meal or sand. So now that I have that butter worked in, I'm going to pour in my buttermilk, and I'm going to add it a little bit at a time to make sure I get just enough and not too much. Obviously that's not enough, so I'm going to pour the rest. So you want to mix this until you have no more dry pockets of flour. And then we're going to take the best tool you have, your hand, and we're going to knead this just a little bit. We're not making French bread. We just want to combine the ingredients well and get the dough going. So I am not liking the texture of this dough. It's a little too sticky. So I'm going to sprinkle in just a little bit of flour to make it more cooperative. We want it to be tacky, not as sticky as it is. So I'm going to set that aside for a few minutes and let it rest. Now I'm going to divide my dough. I'm dividing mine into 6 pieces. You can divide yours into however many you want. You can make them super huge. You can make them very small. It's up to you. I'm going to spend entirely too much time trying to get all the portions exactly the same. So now I'm going to take my dough portions and I'm going to shape them into little balls. They don't have to be perfect, you just want to get them as round as you possibly can. If the dough is still too sticky at this point, sprinkle a little bit more flour. So now I'm going to flatten my dough into little pancakes, and I'm going to sprinkle flour onto each side so that they don't stick to my surface and so that they don't stick to each other. So into my handy dandy press dough, I'm going to add some cooking oil. and I'm going to heat it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm using my thermometer to check, but you could use a wooden spoon or even a chopstick. When you see little bubbles, then you know it's ready. Into the pool goes the dough. I'm going to fry this until it's golden brown on both sides. Also, don't be like me and overcrowd your cooking vessel. I'm not in danger of overflow here, but my dough is not moving as freely as it could. So in the second batch, I only put 2 rounds instead of 3. This also depends on the size of the dough that you have. So I'm just going to keep these moving in the oil so that the color is even on both sides and they get cooked all the way through. You don't want any raw dough in these. So here we are. I'm going to check the temperature, and you want it to be around 200 degrees Fahrenheit on the inside. If you don't have a thermometer, stick a knife in something that will show you whether or not there's wet dough on the inside. So I'm going to drain these on paper towels, and we're going to move on to the peach cobbler filling. So here I have a stick of butter that I'm going to melt and cook it until it turns a lovely golden brown color. And you will see in just a minute how exactly it's supposed to look. There you go. Beautiful browned butter. So to this, I'm going to add my sugar, and I'm going to mix it up because I want to slow down the cooking of the butter so it doesn't go too far. Brown butter's good, burnt butter's bad. So here is my cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little bit of salt. I'm gonna mix that in. And my vanilla. It's gonna bubble here, so be careful. So now I'm going to add my canned peaches. One of them I drained, one of them I did not. When I do this again, I will drain both cans because I had a hard time cooking that liquid down. But if you prefer a thinner liquid, feel free to leave both cans undrained. One can, it's up to you. Whatever your consistency desire. So I'm going to cook this down until the syrup becomes more syrupy. I want it to thicken. I want it to coat my spatula, coat a spoon, coat whatever we just want it to coat. Forgot the lemon. Just a little squirt of lemon juice, maybe about a teaspoon. So I'm going to cook this for about 20 minutes. At the end of the 20 minutes, I added a slurry in, as you can see here, which is cornstarch and water, because once again, my syrup was not as thick as I wanted. So I'm just going to tighten it up a bit with that slurry. I will leave everything in the description box below that you need to know. And there is the cooked filling. I'm going to put this into a bowl. I do recommend a bowl because I can't imagine trying to eat this on a plate. Seems like it would be really messy. Here is the cobbler. And I'm going to show you a texture shot right after I add this completely optional garnish of powdered sugar, just to make things pretty. Pretty food is good food, usually. So here I'm gonna show you the inside of that biscuit dumpling thingy, and it is delicious as it looks. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, especially subscribe. I'll see you soon.